When you've been traveling for as long as I have, it's not often that you come across a city that offers you something a little different. And this particular one is so charming that honestly, I kind of feel like keeping it a secret. Here, tradition meets modernity, and it's surrounded by lush rainforest and vibrant culture. It's got to be one of the world's most underrated spots. So let's explore Borneo's hidden gem together. Yo, welcome to Kuching in Malaysia. I've already been here for about 10 days. I will be here for another 3 weeks maybe. And today I just wanted to give you my first impressions on this charming Malaysian city. As you can see, I'm standing in the middle of a vast field. This is called Padang Merdeka, and I just looked it up on Google Translate, and that means Merdeka field, very appropriate. And this is basically the smack center of town. Behind me in the back you will see the classic I love Kuching sign, and over here in front of me we have a hotel and a shopping mall. Here to the left of me you will see a mosque, which really illustrates the religious diversity of Malaysia and Kuching as well. And over there behind me you have the Borneo Cultures Museum, which I am dying to check out. Apparently it's really sweet and you can spend hours in there. But today I'm on a different mission. I am heading to the waterfront, one of the main attractions here in Kuching, to give you a better idea of what this town looks like. Let's go. Behind me you can see the flag of the state of Sarawak, the largest state here in Malaysia, and it definitely competes for world's coolest flag, I think. I just took a stroll inside the shopping mall to get that sweet AC action, because even though it is rainy season here in Malaysia, the humidity is still pretty high. So if you're walking like I am, you can get pretty sweaty. So a nice stroll through a shopping mall always helps. And just like most cities here in Malaysia, they have tons of shopping malls and amenities and brand shops and things like that. So you can always resort to a shopping mall when you need to. We have made it here to the waterfront in Kuching, such a peaceful spot of town. I love walking on this waterfront. I'm not going to attempt to give you a history lesson on Kuching. There's probably other channels that can do that much better than I can. And I do, in fact, recommend Geography Now for history lessons. But what I can say as a short introduction for this video is that Kuching was discovered by the Brunei Sultanate in the 19th century, which was governed by the British. You know how it goes, colonies and stuff. Now check out this bridge. It's pretty windy and cool, so I think I'm gonna head on over there to check out the view. And just there you have the Legislative Assembly of the state of Sarawak. Now that we've gotten some sightseeing out of the way, I want to head to a place called Black Bean Coffee on Carpenter Street. And Carpenter Street, I believe, is more known for its not wildlife, but nightlife. And they have an awesome little club called Junk or the Junk or something, and it stays open until really late, and I had a great time there. But today we're gonna go grab some coffee at Black Bean, and apparently they have a coffee called Gula Apong Latte, and Gula Apong is palm sugar made from the palm trees that grow along the coastlines of Sarawak. So Sarawak, that's how you pronounce it correctly. So let's go see about this palm sugar latte, shall we? I've made it here to Carpenter Street, and I just love all of the colonial era architecture. It really gives a charming vibe to the town, and you can tell that some of these shops have been here for a long time. And you also see a lot of urban art on the walls, kind of depicting all of the town's artisans and tradition. It's really a charming vibe here in Kuching. So here I am with my Gula Apong latte, and I've got to say, I don't know what beans they're using in this, but the taste of the beans and of the coffee is absolutely spectacular. You really get that quality espresso taste, and with the palm sugar, it's the perfect combination and also the perfect trigger for my acute gastritis. And it's just a charming little shop where you can sit next to a Sony radio playing Chinese radio. And it seems to be run by a local Chinese family. They seem pretty friendly, but when you're ordering, it's really that no BS Chinese kind of style. What do you want? Give me the money. Where are you sitting? Here's your coffee. Honestly, I think that was the best coffee I've had in a long while. The taste was very different from anything I've experienced. As I said, I don't know exactly where those beans were from, but I know they have beans from all over the world, including Ethiopia. So a very special coffee at Black Bean. Do not miss it. I'm now back on the waterfront, walking with a certain apprehension because I think a storm has been due for a while now. I can already feel some drops, but they usually pass pretty quick here in Malaysia, so the exploring will not stop. And this seems like a good time to talk about the diversity of wildlife here in Sarawak. I actually just passed some pretty sick street art of the hornbill species. So I guess Sarawak is home to 4 of the 50-something species that they have of hornbills around the world. And not only that, here in Kuching you can go check out some orangutans, which I should be doing in the next few days. And they also have a surplus of national parks. And I can't wait to just explore all of the jungles here around Kuching, because some of them are actually millions of years old. And you can actually go into caves and see some old, or some not old, but ancient paintings. So I'm pretty excited to explore all of the fauna and flora. And they also have the world's biggest flower. It's pretty crazy. If you look it up online, it looks like a Pokemon flower, like it's bigger than your head. And it also reminds me of the Stranger Things villain creature alien thing. It's called the Rafflesia flower, so hopefully I can see that too. I just passed the main cat statue here in Kuching, and Kuching in Malay actually means cat. So this is the cat city, but don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean you're gonna see a lot of cats around. It's certainly not Istanbul. I've probably seen like 2 or 3 cats in the last 10 days. It's just because of some misunderstanding hundreds of years ago, when someone said one thing and then in another language they understood another, and then they just decided to own the name Kuching and call it Cat City, but you don't really see a lot of cats around. Now, just because I said you wouldn't see a lot of cats around, there's one now. Are you kidding? And at the end of the day, at least I can say I checked out the incredibly charming Kuching. But hey, if you're hungry for more, I'm about to hit the local food festival to see how many different foods I can try today. So prepare your taste buds, and I'll see you on the next one.